COVID-19 and making sure that you are washing your hands with warm water, making sure that when you go out, you wear a mask because it's required, making sure you get hand sanitizer to sanitize your hands after you touch certain things. Just stay safe and do what's right. Use your common sense to know what is right and what is wrong. But yeah, I want to say a special thank you to everyone who is watching. Thank you for always tuning in, sharing it on Facebook. Thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Thank you for just being amazing support system and just being able to allow me to inspire you. I hope everyone is blessed by the words that I say every Sunday. Like I always say, it does not just come from me, it is always inspired. God inspires me to do everything that I do. So I do thank Him for everything that He does in my life. I also thank my mom because she is always in the background doing the stream yard and just being able to just produce the show and make it look beautiful, enhance everything that I do. So I do thank her. And I hope you enjoy what I have in store today. I have been thinking about this topic. I've seen a lot of sadder things going on based on the topic that I'm going to talk about today. But I do want to open up by saying through these difficult times when everyone seems to have lost their joy and their light, I want to come on today just to encourage you to be able to give you some tips on how to be a better you and how to take care of you. So if you haven't seen my topic for the day, my topic is self-care. And I chose that topic because mentally and physically right now, well, mentally and emotionally, people are feeling stressed. They may feel like everything is just piling up on them and they don't know how to release it. I just really, really want to be able to help give some tips and just talk about some things because it's okay to be able to celebrate you and to be able to take care of who you are. It's okay to be able to show that you are very glad to be who you are. And as much as you care for yourself and as much as you care for others, you have to be able to have that time where you do focus on yourself. But before I get deep in, I do want to say if you haven't already, please go subscribe to the Kaylin's Caring Connection YouTube channel. It is down below. Hit it up. Go look at the videos that are on there. There are past videos from the past couple weeks all the way down to where I first started. So you can see my journey and how I progressed. And if you just need to be inspired one day, go click on a video on any topic that you really need to hear about and be inspired. Also, go like the Kaylin's Caring Connection Facebook page. Also, share it. Be able to show other people the things that are going on. And if you haven't already, please go look at the Kaylin's Caring Connection website. On there, you can see more things about me. You can see a biography of how I started Kaylin Caring Connection and Inspiring Moments. And you can see some of the things that I've done in the few years with my business. But back to the topic of self-care today. Self-care means giving yourself permission to pause on things that you're doing and taking time to look deep inside of yourself to be able to make sure that you care for who you are. We see right now that we do a lot of people are trying to take care of the people around them. They are trying to prevent them from getting sick. They don't want anything to happen to their loved ones. Everyone is just trying to make sure that they stay safe. And as we are doing that, as we are taking the precautions, I want to encourage you, as much as you help others, make sure you check in on yourself because you can do so much for other people that it makes you feel tired and taxing and you start to get stressed. You start getting emotional. You start not being able to control your emotions because you're so tired or you're so distraught from doing so many things for others. So you have to be able to care for yourself. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. And when I say the overflow, I mean the overflow of your emotions of being happy, your happiness. When you take the time to look inside of yourself and be able to take a what I call a woosah moment, which is just a moment to breathe, just a moment to say that I need to be able to relax, be able to get my mind off some things, and just do something to help me be able to get back in my groove and get back to being a more happy person. You cannot serve anyone from an empty vessel. That means that you can't help anybody else if you physically are at your bottom point. If you're at your breaking point and you are not taking that time to be able to evaluate yourself and see that you're there, it's going to be hard for you to help anybody else. So before you can help others, make sure that mentally you are there, mentally you are prepared, because sometimes our mind, when we start thinking, our mind naturally goes very fast. Things may get introduced to us throughout the day, and those things can begin to be thought about throughout your entire day. It may have been introduced at the beginning of your day, and it ends up being the last thought in your mind before you go to bed. Our mind is always continuously rolling, and you can't always stop that. But when you're having those thoughts of when you're feeling doubtful and you're feeling tired and distraught, you have to take that time to be able to just unwind, do something that helps you relax. Like for me, I like painting. It helps me to be able to just release all of my bad and negative toxins out of my body and just be able to turn it into something positive. I'm just being able to be calm. It's something I don't have to really think hard about. It's not anything that I have to comprehend super hard. I'm just painting how I feel. I'm painting different colors. I'm just being able to express who I am and be able to just be calm. I also like listening to music. It helps you just to be able to calm down your brain and allow your brain to be able to get some good and positive things inside, especially when you're listening to music. Make sure it's something positive. If you're feeling mentally sad or you're feeling like something is going on, don't listen to sad music. I'm just going to give you that tip now. It's not good to keep putting that emotion on. Like if you are already upset, don't listen to a song that the person is talking about them being upset and talking about their problems. Put things inside your ears and say things that are positive, things that are going to change your mindset, and things that are going to be able to help you go back to the place that you were, help you be able to care for yourself. And when you're caring for yourself, another step is evaluating yourself. To be able to really look inside, you have to look inside yourself and evaluate. Am I getting to my breaking point? Is what's happening in my life starting to aggravate me? Is it making me upset? Am I getting more and more frustrated at things? You have to take that time to evaluate yourself and be able to see, is this the problem that's causing me stress? Is this what's causing me to feel this way? And by taking care of yourself, you are saying that you have so much more to offer to the world than when you are running on empty. When you say that you're going to take care of yourself, that's putting that step forward, saying that I know myself at my best capacity. That's saying that if you feel like you aren't 100%, and I'm not going to say it's not okay to not be okay, because we all have our moments. We all have times where we get frustrated. We all have times where we may not know what's going to happen in life, or we can't control what happens in life. But it's how we bounce back and how we really take the time to look into ourselves to be able to say that I'm a better me. I can do so much more in this world if I look into myself first. Because a lot of times, people who are trying to help others, instead of really, before they actually take time to look into their self, they try helping other people. And sometimes when you try to help others and you get to a certain point or a certain subject where you're trying to help them and it's not your strongest, you can tell that you need to work on yourself. You can't be a hypocrite about it, basically. If you're trying to help somebody else, don't be hypocritical. You have to be able to look into yourself and see that everything that you're doing is for a reason. Also, another thing about self-care is self-care is not selfish. It's not selfish to love yourself at the end of the day. Point blank period. It's not selfish to be able to love yourself and be able to say that you're beautiful, to be able to wake up and say, I love my curls. I love everything about my skin. It's okay to love who you are. It's okay to take care of yourself. And it's okay to make happiness a priority in your life. If you want to be happy and you want to be able to do things in your life and to be able to care for yourself, you should want to be happy. Happiness should be your priority on a daily basis, whether that's going somewhere, even if somebody makes you mad, you don't have to let everything people say anger you. Sometimes it may be something people just keep doing over and over to aggravate you. And you could just look at it and kill the person back with kindness. You don't have to always respond to everything. But the best way to be able to show and say that you want to take care of yourself, you have to make sure that is your priority. You have to make sure happiness is your priority. Because taking care of yourself and making happiness a priority is necessary. Because if you go throughout your life always saying, I want a negative life, or you don't look at the positive in certain situations, your mindset will slowly and gradually change. It will gradually start to go to negative and start making you think and be depressed and feel sad. But you have to find the positive in negative situations. Right now, we have to find the positive in some of our negative situations in our own individual lives. And when we do that, that means that we're taking the step to evaluate that we need to make sure that we want to take care of ourselves and we want to make sure that our lives are different. Self-care, personally, I feel like caring for yourself, you don't have to be, I'm not saying become self-centered, because sometimes people they confuse self-care with being self-centered, because somebody can love themselves so much to the point where they think the whole world revolves around them. And the world doesn't revolve around you. There are other people in this world, other people struggle, other people go through some of the same things that you do. And we all have to be able to help each other, have empathy for each other. So it's okay to care for yourself. It's okay, even as teenagers, as parents, you don't have to always be strong for everybody else. You're going to have your moments where you're not always okay. But if you don't get through those tears and you don't get through that sadness, how will you be able to know what happiness feels like? You're going to have to go through those sad points in life where you feel like things aren't the best to be able to get to that place where happiness is your priority. It's like a mistake. You're going to learn throughout your life. Even going through life, you're going to make mistakes, but it's how you learn from them and how you bounce back to be able to know that you're not going to make that mistake again. You have to know in life that you are going to be able to do everything that you can to be able to make sure you make a difference. But to be able to make a difference, you have to start with you. You have to make sure that you are physically and mentally prepared. Now, as we see this society, we are technology. I'm using this analogy. We all like technology. Most people do. People in my generation, we are very technology oriented. Not saying that's always a good thing, but it happens to be that way. And as you see, you plug up your phone. Sometimes your phone may have problems, and sometimes you have to unplug your phone and you have to replug it back up. That's what you have to do with yourself. Sometimes you may be in a funk. You may feel like you're sad. You don't know what's going on. Sometimes you just have to unplug yourself from certain situations. You have to say, hold up, I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a breather. I need a moment to be able to just come back to who I am. I need a moment just to be able to breathe, to relax, to stop being aggravated. I just need a moment. It's okay to unplug from your situation sometimes. Just be able to take a step to pause and breathe. And then go back to it with a better mindset. Go back to it with another mindset to be able to say that I am trying to take care of myself, but I'm not always going to be okay. You have to always admit to yourself when you are not feeling the best. You can't keep hiding that inside, because I'm telling you, if you sit there and you keep just letting things pile up on top of you and pile up, you're going to have your breaking point. And it's best to be able to look at yourself and try not to get to that point. Because sometimes when we get to our breaking point, we may do things that we regret. And that's not always a good thing because it doesn't end up well. You have to care for yourself enough to know that you are worth being able to be a great person. And even when things affect you, you have to be able to take a step back. You don't have to respond to everything. Not everything needs a reaction. Sometimes people say things, people do things you can't control, but you don't have to let that affect you and your attitude. But I'm gonna get off of that. But I want to make another analogy to a person because our soul is like a soft and gentle flower. It needs to be nurtured, cared for, tended to with sufficient sunlight, fresh air, and freedom to bloom into its most precious and beautiful form. In life, we are like flowers because we may try to act all tough and try to act like nothing bothers us, but at the end of the day, we are gentle and if you prick somebody and keep doing it over and over, it's going to make them upset. We're all like little soft teddy bears. That's the best thing I can think of right now. We are all just need to be loved. Sometimes we don't know how to show that just as humans. Some people hide their feelings inside, and that's what causes you to get angry. That's what causes people to have depression sometimes when you bury your feelings inside and don't talk about it or let your feelings out. And while I'm talking about self care, you have to know when you're getting to a place that's not right. Like you have to be able to look at yourself and know that yes, I'm okay. It's okay for me not to be okay. It's okay for me to show emotion, but I don't have to stay in that point to the point where I don't show anybody how great I am. It's okay to be emotional. You don't have to sit in a spot for the long time. You don't have to be emotional for your whole life, but it's okay to have your moments. I'm about to be 15. I have moments. I'm a teenager. I know plenty of adults who have their moments. Everyone's going to have times when they're not feeling okay. But you have to be able to know that you are a great person. You are beautiful. You are beautifully and wonderfully made. And God created you to be an amazing person. So if you feel like you're starting to get rocky and you feel like you're starting to not feel your best, just take that time to pause, breathe, and care for yourself. You should care about yourself enough to set boundaries. When I say boundaries, I mean when you're around people, when people are asking you to do certain things, set boundaries. We are not superheroes. I'm just going to say that we're not superheroes. We may be able to get certain things done. We may be able to do things that we are happy about, but you're not a superhero. You're not God. Nobody is God. Nobody can do everything at the right time. Nobody can do the unthinkable. You are a human and you need time to relax and be able to care for yourself. When you have people asking you to do things or certain things are piling up on you, you have to be able to say or evaluate, can I do this? Can I not do this? Is it going to cause me to be upset? Is it going to cause me to stress? Is it going to cause my mental state to go down? You have to be able to set boundaries with yourself and others. Your time and energy is precious. You get to choose how you use it. You get to choose how you take the time to be able to show how great you are. You get to choose how much of your time that you give to people. Don't sit there and give all your time out to everybody else, and then you don't have any time for yourself. You have to set that time to be able to relax, whether that's just taking a bubble bath, taking time to just nurture who you are. You have to set that time for yourself. You have to set boundaries. You teach people how to treat you by deciding what you will and won't accept. You teach people how they can be able to do certain things, how they can approach you, how they can run certain things in your life. If you set boundaries, if you care about yourself that much and have that love for yourself, you'll know when enough is enough. You'll know that I can do certain things, but I'm not a superhero. I'm not going to be able to do everything. And sometimes I'm going to say this, it's okay to say no. It's okay to not say yes to everything. Somebody may be asking you to do something and they may want you to really, really do it. But if it's not right, if you physically and mentally aren't there, don't do it. When I do my shows, I try to make sure that I am physically and mentally here. I don't want to come on and try to encourage people and I'm not here myself. That's a part of being able to make sure that you are okay. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling like you're hopeless, I pray for you. I hope that you know that you're not alone. We all have to come together, especially at this point in all of our lives. We can notice right now a lot of things going on, from COVID-19 to all of the racism, all of the police brutality, everything going on in our world right now. We have to be there for each other. We have to take time to be able to mentally make sure we are okay, because some people are getting upset. Some people are taking their lives, not even because they're not dying from coronavirus, they're not dying from other diseases. They are mentally stressed, they are upset, they are tired from hearing everything, and they just can't take it anymore. They can't take seeing all this, they can't take seeing everything, and you have to be able to talk to somebody. I know it's hard sometimes to not be able to express your feelings, and you may feel like people don't understand you, but you have to talk to somebody. Don't let your emotions and your feelings build up so much to the point where you get to that breaking point and you may want to do something crazy. Your life matters. You matter. And if nobody tells you that, I'm telling you that right now. You matter. Your voice, especially in this time, especially for my teenagers, our generation, our voices are important. If you are feeling stressed, if you are feeling like you need someone to talk to, whether if you could talk to a close family member, find someone that you're able to talk to, whether that's a friend from school that you can call and talk to, whether that is talking to your parents, talking to your siblings. If you need a therapist, find a therapist. It's okay to have somebody to talk to. That's a part of caring for yourself. You have to have the care to be able to say that I need someone to help me. I need somebody to be able to get me to the point where I can care for myself so then I can care for other people. You have to be able to know that you are very, very important. Very important. And I do want to say, if you feel burnt out setting in, if you feel demoralized and exhausted, it is best, not just for the sake of you, but for the sake of everyone, to withdraw and restore yourself. If you're feeling like if you don't know what to do, if you're feeling so aggravated to the point where you want to go up to somebody and just ruin their day just because you're upset, take that time to take a pause and remove yourself from the situation. Whether that's you need to be in your room for like a day to be able to just focus on you, breathe, and be away from people, do that. We can't really go anywhere right now, but if you have siblings and you just need to tell them, be honest enough with your family to be able to tell them when you need time just to breathe. You have to be honest with everybody. Be honest with yourself when you need that time just to relax. Because you're not perfect, you're going to make mistakes, and you're going to get upset. But you have to be able to know that you are an amazing person and that you're going to be a great person, and you don't have to sit here and wait and get upset and not have anything to do about it. Work through your emotions. Don't let them just build up. I personally think that's the worst thing you can do because, yes, I know sometimes it's hard. And I struggle with this too. I struggle with being able to let my feelings out and show other people. I can be honest enough to say that. but I'm going to keep trying. And I encourage other people to keep trying to make sure that you share those feelings and you care, you love who you are, and you care about yourself to know that your feelings are just as important as anybody else's. That you matter and that your mind and your feeling and your words and your actions and your feelings, they all matter. You matter no matter what people tell you. People may try to nitpick on you, they may try to talk about you, they may try to hate on you. You matter no matter what anybody has to say. Period. You matter, and nobody can tell you that you are not beautiful because everyone is beautiful. I love you all, and I just want you to know that you are amazing people, and you just got to take time to be able to care for who you are. If you don't care for you and make sure that you are good, how can anybody else do it for you? I'm going to keep repeating that probably in several videos. If you want someone to do something for you, you have to do it for yourself. If you want someone to love you, you have to love yourself. If you want somebody to care about you, you have to care about yourself. Everything starts with you. Before you can do anything externally, you have to make sure everything internally is right. And that is really all I wanted to say today. I hope everyone has really taken in what I'm saying. I hope you have enjoyed today's topic and just been able to understand that you are great people. You matter. And you have to be able to care about yourself. You have to love yourself. And like, if nobody tells you they love you, they care about you, I do. And I hope one person in your life will tell you that they love you. And if nobody does, you don't just have me, you have God. God loves you. He has so much love for everyone in the world. You always have one person in your corner, and that is God, that you can confide in, you can talk to when you need help. Just know that you are worth it and you are going to be an amazing person. And you can do so much at home. I can honestly say that being home and being able to be with family, I have learned a lot about myself. I have been able to look at myself and see certain things that I do, see certain things that I need to work on. It's a whole part of this. While you don't have to sit here while we are living in a weird place. You don't have to sit here and feel sad every day or feel out of place. Learn some new things about yourself, care about yourself, and nurture yourself. I love you all so, 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 so much. And I hope you enjoyed today. I will be on next Sunday if the Lord says the same. I am very excited about this month. It is getting closer and closer to my birthday, and I am so excited. I am very, very grateful for everyone who is just amazing people who support me. Thank you to everyone who has commented. I do see your comments. I do look at them. I do go back and like them on my personal. And I just want you to know that you are amazing supporters. I do not know what I would do without being able to have people to give me feedback. Like my mom gives me feedback. I get feedback from other people, but just being able to have people my age watch, have people everywhere be able to look at this show, it is amazing. And if you haven't already, do go look at the Kaylin's Caring Connection YouTube channel. Go subscribe, turn on the post notifications, go watch the videos, and go look at the Facebook page for Kaylin's Caring Connection. Like it, share it, and check out the Kaylin's Caring Connection website. It is beautiful, and I promise you, you want to see it. It is so amazing, and it is down below. I hope you have an amazing Sunday, and I will see you next week. Bye.